Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Homestand Show. I'm Albert Vartanian, joined by my co-host, Justin Pooney, and the man in the middle, Jelani Goodridge-Reed. He's in here because we have some big news. Lamar Jackson has requested a trade. At least he did back in March 2nd. At least that's what he's saying. He put out a series of tweets, and here they are. He says, I first want to thank you all for the love and support you consistently show towards me. All of you are amazing, and I appreciate you all so much. I want you all to not believe everything you read about me. Let me personally answer your questions in regards to my future plans. As of March 2nd, I requested a trade from the Ravens organization for which the Ravens they've not been interested in meeting my value. But that's big there. Ravens has not been interested in meeting my value. Any and everyone that has met me or been around me know I love the game of football, and my dream is to help a team win the Super Bowl. You're all great, but I had to make a business decision that was best for my family and I. No matter how far I go or where my career takes me, I'll continue to be close to my fans of Baltimore, Flock Nation, and the entire state of Maryland. You'll see me again. All right, Justin, your first reaction to this news.
He's still a Baltimore Raven, right? Well, the other thing is this. What's the reason of you requesting a trade? He's free for anybody to negotiate a contract with him right now. 2 first-round picks. You can negotiate of whatever contract he wants. He's free to you can get him. If any team's out there, you have the cap space, go out and get him.
He's officially letting his team know and everyone know, hey, listen, I don't want to be here. This could also be a ploy, right?
It's a ploy. That's exactly
Yeah. I don't know what the Ravens are doing. I think they've really messed the situation up. But also Lamar, you could say the agent thing. I do agree. I think he should have an agent. That's just me. But the way it's gone, right? We've never seen this happen before. Where an MVP, right? He just comes out of the draft. He's hot. After that Heisman and stuff, he wins the MVP, wins games left and right, gets you to the playoffs every single year, that he's healthy, blah, blah, blah. And there's issues in terms of the money. We don't see this often. So I don't know how it's going to play out, right? You say, okay, you request that trade, right? But who's going to step up? That's the question, right? Who's going to step up?
Yeah.
Is there a team out there that will step up?
Well, I have a list here. So teams who I believe really need a quarterback. That's the Jets, the Texans, the Titans, the Colts, the Falcons, the Bucks, the Commanders. You could probably throw the Panthers in there. I know they just got Andy Dalton. So let's say those teams are in, right? Let's say this is going to go through. He's going to get his trade. How much is it going to cost to get Lamar Jackson?
2 first-round picks.
2 firsts? I don't know.
That's what it is. If he's on with the franchise tag.
Maybe 1 first. I don't think 2.
No.
I don't think 2.
Maybe
a first and a second.
He's on
the
franchise tag, the restricted franchise tag right now.
I don't know.
Right? So I think that's the price, right? You sign him to whatever deal you want, and then you give the Ravens 2 first-round picks, right? He's not technically on. He's technically a free agent right now. No.
Yeah, technically.
He's technically a free. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Requesting a trade. What does that mean? Like, does that mean like he doesn't want to? He's not going to sign that? Well, any team can sign him right now.
I think it's just because he's frustrated with how this has gone, right?
He's
and how far it's gone, because we thought this would be done by now, right? So, And I think, okay, if there's teams out there that feel as if they should, get a quarterback, do it. Like, at least try. Inquire, talk to Baltimore, and talk to Lamar, see how this could happen, because there are plenty of teams that could use a guy. I think, look, Patriots. Okay, Mac Jones I like, but I don't think he's the guy. If you're the Patriots, you call them.
Right.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Ryan Tannehill. I'm sorry, that's not gonna work. The Jets. Look, they could. That's
an interesting one.
If Rodgers thing doesn't work, you never know, right? So I'm looking at that.
Should the Jets go out if Lamar is actually available and they can make a move to get him? They're still waiting on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's not done yet, by the way.
No.
As much as we want to think it's done, he's just declared his intentions of going to the Jets.
Right.
But if you are the Jets, how do you not sniff around and try and figure out, hey, can we get a deal for Lamar Jackson? He's not Aaron Rodgers, but he's younger. He's an MVP, and you're going to give him some serious weapons that the Ravens don't have.
I would do it because, yes, Aaron Rodgers, we know who he is, right? But he's probably going to play there, 1 year?
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. And he's older. Like
Who would have a bigger impact?
So I think Lamar, you got a young group, a young guy in Lamar. He's in his prime right now, entering that prime, right? So I think they should look at that too, right?
Yeah.
So you never know. The Jets, I think, are a team that could be lurking right now.
The only thing with the Jets is the whole Nathaniel Hackett thing, the offense.
Yeah, that's why
that would be like basically for Nathaniel Hackett. He's thinking he's getting Aaron Rodgers back-to-back years, but then he's with Russell Wilson and then Lamar Jackson. And I don't know if he can build his offense. His offense is predicated to Lamar Jackson's skill set. Lamar needs an offense that can be built around him. I don't know if the Jets' offense could be built around him.
Yeah, something to touch on. Just a couple teams without a 2023 first-round pick. The Niners, the Dolphins, the Broncos, the Rams, and the Cleveland Browns. Quickly, the Ravens head coach John Harbaugh actually touched on the news of Lamar Jackson. He's at the NFL annual meetings in Arizona, and he said he's still planning around Lamar Jackson being a part of their offense.
I haven't seen the tweet. It's an ongoing process. I'm following it very closely, just like everybody else is here, and looking forward to a resolution. I'm excited, thinking about Lamar all the time, thinking about him as our quarterback. We're building our offense around that idea, and I'm just looking forward to getting back to football, and I'm confident that's going to happen.
He's in a horrible position.
Yeah.
What's he supposed to say? What's he supposed to do?
I mean, he's been saying we love Lamar like for the last.
I'm sure he does.
10 weeks of the season,
How would
right?
you not love this
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
right?
They wanted to keep him.
Yeah.
I think they want to keep, and Lamar wants to be in Baltimore, right? It's just the money. At the end of the
Exactly.
day.
And the lack of an agent, the middleman to
That
kind of like
hurts.
hide
Yeah.
the, kind of cushion the blows that Baltimore's throwing his way, right? The agent can block that. He's hearing everything directly what they're saying about him, right? And that's why he's feeling a certain type of way right
That's
now.
why I think he needs.
If he had an agent, right? Now, again, by all means, NFL players have negotiated big deals on their own, but it's different with a quarterback. It's different with a guy who wants a fully guaranteed contract.
That's
So
right.
he said in his tweet, Ravens has not been interested in meeting my value. What's his value? Where do you throw him in terms of money?
You saw what happened with Deshaun, but that's an outlier. You're looking at what's happening with Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
You're telling me you can't bless your guy that's blessed you with all these wins and stuff like that. 75% winning percentage.
Nobody wants to give out that. Deshaun
And you
Watson
saw
contract.
Kyler Murray get his money. You got to pay. You got to pay the man.
He's gonna get whatever. Burrow, Herbert are all gonna get paid too. Hurts
Those
is
are
gonna get
exactly.
paid.
deserves that.
So he's gonna fall in
What his
right-
contract is going to kick off all those guys and how much money they're going to get. So other
deserves
teams
it.
are seeing. We were talking about his value and what that might be. Obviously, I think any quarterback, especially a quarterback of his caliber, would want the amount of money that Deshaun Watson got. But that seems to be an outlier. Was it 5 years, $230 million?
fully
And
guaranteed.
it feels like the rest of the NFL who have quarterbacks who are going to want to get paid. You're thinking about Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. They don't want Lamar Jackson to get that same deal because now that is what you have to pay top level quarterbacks. Is that one of the reasons why a lot of these teams were not in on Lamar Jackson? Immediately when it came out that they franchise tagged him, yada, 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 all these teams so happen to come out and say, we don't want him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it has a lot to do with that contract?
I don't think like Jelani mentioned, it's such an outlier, that fully guaranteed deal. That's not gonna come back because think about it. 1 year after he signed that deal, Deshaun Watson, they ripped it up and redid it.
Yeah,
They redid it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right? Because they give them cap flexibility, right? Look at it. Patrick Mahomes, $450 million. Josh Allen, $258. Russell Wilson, $242. Kyler, $230.5. You had to get $500,000 more. Deshaun Watson, $230. Then Matt Stafford, $160. Daniel Jones, $160. Dak Prescott, $160. So Lamar Jackson, if he wants that 4 to 5 year deal, it's gonna be $200+ million, right? I think the guarantee should be around 160, 170, whatever Russell Wilson was. I think it was 160 million
around
guaranteed
that.
he had. That's kind of in and around where Lamar Jackson deserves that money. But you're not gonna get a fully guaranteed contract if that contract was just a desperate team in a weird situation that had to overpay to get a troubled quarterback who had superstar value at the time. And right now, how's that contract looking out? We have to redo it 1 year in.
Yeah, I think the rest of the NFL just wants that contract and what happened there with the Browns to be an isolated incident. Listen, they did that. No one else is going to do it, so please don't do it. This is why they're not going to pay Lamar Jackson that money.
Jelon, let me ask you this: Herbert, Burrow, Hurts are all going to get paid probably this offseason, right?
Yeah.
The Ravens can use that. But okay, look, Hurts took this deal, Burrow took this deal, Herbert took
just
this deal.
to see how
right?
the market, what the
see
market
how the
is
market.
saying.
Nobody, and I almost certain none of them will get a fully guaranteed deal. But look, that's just an outlier. Nobody in the NFL is going to give you a
So
fully
are you
guaranteed
saying
deal.
the Ravens are trying to wait? Like you feel like they should wait for those three
I think
or
they should
one of
wait.
those two to get paid and then see what Lamar's gonna
Absolutely. I think the Ravens should wait to see what Hurts, what Herbert, and what Burrow
because that might be what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Right. We don't know because also Baltimore, they don't really let things leak. So that's why this is like crazy, right?
It's so
This
surprising
request.
that March 2nd,
So-
you would think it would come out.
I
but
know.
nothing.
So I do see what you're saying, Justin, and how the Ravens, they've been trying to make it work. I think if they see, what another, high caliber guy like a Burrow, like Herbert, who we compare Lamar to all the time, gets, then and Hurts, who went to the Super Bowl, right? If they get paid, we'll see what happens with that. But I just think the Ravens cannot mess this up. I just feel like they should not mess this up.
But don't you think
because
that Lamar is just completely done with this team?
Lamar, I don't think he's completely
I don't think he's done.
I think he wants to truly be a Raven. That's what I feel. Right?
What makes
But
you think that?
wants that cash.
What makes you think that he wants to truly be a Raven?
Well, they took a chance on him. Remember, the people felt like he was
Fell
a
to
second
30
round pick and
seconds,
stuff
yeah.
like that, right? And he got taken by Ozzie Newsome, right?
His
Loves
last
the guy.
first-round pick.
He's won an MVP there. He's changed the culture there, right? And I feel like the Ravens as an organization, they feel like he is a generational quarterback, right? They don't want to lose him for nothing, of course. And he is the best offensive talent to ever play for the Ravens, okay? So they don't want to let that go. So that's why I think they want this, but it's the money at the end of the day.
We
It's
also
the
saw
money.
Deebo Samuel do this last year, right? Now, again, he plays wide receiver, not quarterback. But remember last year, wide receiver deals went through the roof. Deebo said, I'd want to request a trade.
Remember the Jets thing?
Yeah, he wasn't going to get traded. The 49ers were going to obviously pay him, and that's what happened. I still, for whatever reason, yes, Lamar Jackson, the former MVP, one of the biggest stars in the NFL, and that's why it's getting a lot of hub that he's going to go somewhere. I still think he's going to be a Baltimore Raven because that's just
You never
where
know,
the
though.
best
There
fit
might be
is
a team
for.
out there. There might be a team.
So have the Ravens done enough to support Lamar Jackson in his time there?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This guy asks you for a wide receiver one every single time. Yo, help me. Help.
You're not a fan of Hollywood
Help.
Brown.
And it doesn't happen. Okay. You're looking at Bateman. He's nice, right?
Yeah.
But I want somebody like D-Hop. I want somebody like Stephon Diggs. Saw what Diggs did
He
for
doesn't
Allen.
have what Hurts had.
They
He
don't
doesn't
bless
have
it.
what
They don't-
Allen has.
they don't
Yeah,
bless
I
You
it.
know.
saw
I totally
you saw
get
what
that.
AJ Brown did for Jalen Hurts, right? Imagine a guy like that on the outside for Lamar Jackson who can actually sling the football.
That is all he wants.
Yeah.
That's literally all he wants. Yes, Mark Andrews, arguably best tight end, right? But he wants a guy on the outside that could take the top off of that offense. Hasn't happened. So no, I don't think they've look, their defense is good.
Yeah.
But the offense is the offense. I don't think they're helping him.
Okay.
Right?
You said you might know one team that would be interested. Who's that?
I feel I hate this. I really do as a Dallas Cowboys fan. But the Commanders. The Commanders should make that call. They have to make that call. You pair him with Eric Bieniemy, who's there now, so their offense is going to look new. You still have Terry McLaurin, Dotson, Samuel. They have talent on that team. I know no one takes them seriously. They have talent there. Good backfield. They have an offense under Rivera that likes to run the football. This could be perfect for Lamar. And also their defense is good already. Okay, so and you're looking at the NFC.
You're making faces over there.
No, but you're looking at the NFC. It's wide open. Who's there? San Francisco, Philly, Dallas. That's it, right? The Washington Commanders can be a player.
I just don't see because Dan Snyder is about to sell the team, right? I just don't see Dan Snyder
making a move
like that
before he
when
leaves.
he's unless he's like, ever since all the owners want me out, I'm gonna screw all you guys over and
Yeah,
give Lamar
That might
Jackson
happen.
a 6-year fully guaranteed deal. Okay,
It might
have
happen.
fun and then leave.
You never know.
Is there any team with a quarterback that can come out of nowhere and try and pull him with
Jelani's
Lamar
Dallas
Jackson?
Cowboys?
I would love that. I'm sorry. I would love it. But
But
Tampa Bay.
how would that work with Dallas?
Dallas, I mean, look at the offense, right? We have a
How
group with-
how would that trade work?
Oh, how would that work?
Yeah.
You got to give up with Dak Prescott in
yeah,
that deal.
that's a big move.
The picks that have to be in there. Maybe
The earth-shattering deal.
right? It would have to, change the whole market, right? But I also look at a team like Indy. Indy, look, I know
to
they're-
me is the most interesting one.
I know they're high up in the draft, might get Levis or Richardson, but I would go with Lamar in that. That's
So
just
you would give the first overall pick for Lamar Jackson because that's what it would have to be.
I know what I'm getting with Lamar.
I would do it. I would do it too. I would give up
Right?
the first.
I know
overall
what I'm
pick
getting
for
with
Lamar.
him. So Indy, Washington, and Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I know they just brought in Baker Mayfield, but you still have a nice group there. I'm just saying. You put an MVP Lamar Jackson on that offense.
Yeah.
Evans, Godwin.
No, that's a good.
Okay.
I'm interested.
The biggest hang-up, obviously, for a lot of these NFL teams, at least from what we're reading, is Lamar Jackson's injury history.
Yes.
How much of that is a concern? Because if you're going after Lamar Jackson, you're going all in. You're giving up a lot.
I think last year, right? We saw he didn't play the last month or so of the season because he didn't have any money coming in after. Why would he risk losing a bigger deal to play? That's exactly what happened. Lamar realized, like, look, if I put myself out there, I could get hurt and I could lose way more money, right? So I think Lamar made a business decision last year not to rush it back.
I think the Ravens, the other reason why they haven't been, willing to give him all that money is because he's missed time, right? And they felt like if he was playing that Bengals game, that wild card, they win that game. And I think they win that game too. And we've seen it over the last few years actually, where he's been out when it matters most at the end of the year. So maybe that's why the Ravens have been hesitant on paying him fully.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I was looking it up. Russell Wilson had the second highest guarantees at 124 million.
Oh, 124.
So it wasn't one. So I think Lamar, if he can get like 130 guaranteed, 160 guaranteed, that would be
What if he took like a 3-year deal fully?
exactly 3 year,
Like a shorter deal, a
3-year
shorter term deal, but fully.
3 year, 120 million or 100 whatever. 3 years, 145 million fully guaranteed.
Because I think he should, because we're not gonna see a Deshaun Watson type deal.
No,
It's just
you're
not gonna
you're
happen.
not
The
gonna
league
see
doesn't
that
want to
deal.
do that. They're
No.
angry at Jimmy Haslam. They're upset with Haslam for doing that. They're like, why, bro? Why?
It didn't make any
You know?
sense at the time. I can't see it, but you never know. Like, in terms of desperation, listen, you want to fill a quarterback spot, and there so happens to be an MVP out there who wants to move from his
Detroit,
current team.
do it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Detroit.
That-
I know.
That's the
So
one
a
team
team
that
might
makes
be,
the
you
most
know,
sense, Detroit.
Look, I
That
know.
Deshaun deal makes no sense,
right.
but we can make that deal happen, and we can have an MVP quarterback on our team.
Yeah. Look.
It
I
may
know,
go against the rest of the NFL. Who knows? In
never
terms
know,
of
man.
talks going on behind the scenes,
Yeah.
there's rumors of collusion, which there probably is. There's
Probably.
no way teams just come out all together and say we don't want this guy. It's insane.
Yeah.
It really is. Look at the conversation we just had on Lamar Jackson. It shows you how important this guy can be to a franchise, and I think the Ravens and Harbaugh just kind of mentioned it, how important he would be to their team.
Right. Yeah. No. I think that. Okay, you got to prove collusion, of course, but
Yeah,
look,
no.
something
You won't
suspect
be
is
able
going
to.
on. Something
There has to
suspect is
be.
going on, of
It's-
course. But I'm looking at Detroit, man. Look, what if Detroit does?
I just can't see Lamar Jackson not wearing the purple and black.
I know.
He just fits Baltimore so well,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
think they find a way. I just
Yeah.
think they find a way.
Yeah, well, this is not going to end anytime soon, Jelani. We're definitely going to have you back in. You're talking about
Got you.
Lamar Jackson up until the beginning of the season. So much to go down still. Lots of rule changes potentially happening at these annual meetings, so stay tuned for that. Coming up, Noor Zainab will join us. We're going to talk about the Raptors and revisit a Masai clip from a couple of years ago.